Hey family, I am Food by Faith, your Zone 8A Georgia Gardener, and it's hot, y'all. So I have been attempting to do a garden video, a garden update, just showing you what I have growing on, but I literally have been gardening. And so just in there trying to get things done. And there's still lots more that has to be done. I just wanted to bring you guys along. I know this isn't the best portion of the day to show you what I have going on because it's so hot outside. It's about 2:30. It's so hot outside that things are looking wilted. But I wanted to come out right quick, and then we're going to go back on my back porch and talk a little bit about some of the things that I am going to be dropping seeds for. So right now, as you can see here, I have my little seed starting station. So the pumpkins are looking a little wilted, but that's because it's so hot. I have collards that I've started. Mini harvest blend pumpkins. I also started two other items in these containers, excuse me, but they didn't do anything. I have sunflowers as well as a red cherry tomato and a cucumber, but those aren't for me. Those are for someone else. So I will drop those off tomorrow. But I wanted to show you guys it is a really, really, really big like carpenter bee flying around right now. But I wanted to show you guys two of my wins. So let me go get the seeds and I will show you what I'm talking about. Because of course, in gardening seasons, we have wins and we have losses. So this right here is called amaranth. It is a Chinese multicolored spinach amaranth. Um, I did start these seeds inside and I planted them in a few places, and then I also started some more outside. But this plant, I'm just going to read off the back. It is a heat and drought tolerant green in spectacular splashes of color. Leaf amaranth is popular in Asia and is eaten raw, stir fried, or steamed. Succulent leaves make a perfect spinach substitute. So this right here is, if you can see it, just 1 second. This, whoa, sorry guys, giving you guys whiplash. But this is this plant right here. If you can see here. And it smells a bit just like spinach. But again, sorry for the whiplash. But I really wanted you to see that plant. It's growing over here in the area with my strawberries. Another win that I wanted to show you, and let's see if we can get up close because I am doing some work in the garden. Hold on a second. So I'm doing some work in the garden. So I have some peat moss right here. I have some garden soil back up in my trunk. So I'm going to pull that out in a little while. But I wanted to bring you along so that you could see this plant, the Pink Beauty Amaranth. So we talked about this amaranth, but the Pink Beauty Amaranth is just like the other. It's heat tolerant. It's a tender green. It is a gorgeous addition to the garden. It's edible and it's ornamental. It's a powerhouse of nutrition and it is very heat tolerant for the summer. So this plant is not frost hardy, but it is heat tolerant. And I want you to take a look at it. Now, it is about 95 degrees out here. Everything else has their leaves outside of our big, humongous Roselle hibiscus right here. But almost everything in the garden has its leaves turned down. But look at this. This is this. Look at that. It's big, it's beautiful. It is reminiscent of pink celery to me. That's what it looks like. The chickens are hiding back there. But it looks like pink celery, if you can see. And I have it growing right next to my cucumbers. So I have some bait alphas right here. And it is doing very well. It is a great companion plant for my bait alphas. I also, on this trellis, have a super sweet tomato. Guys, let me tell you. Let me put this in my pocket. So, super sweet tomato is an indeterminate tomato. Once I show you this indeterminate tomato, I'm going to show you a determined tomato. So right now, I have cucumbers and tomatoes growing together. So you can literally come out and pick a cucumber and tomato salad, which is what I do. I pick some cucumbers, I pick some of these super sweet tomatoes, and I make a salad. I use just a little bit of apple cider vinegar or wine vinegar if you have it. Use that with, different herbs that you have in your garden. I like basil, so I use the basil that I have in my garden. But these pack power. They are very, very sweet. But let me show you the properties of an indeterminate tomato. So I come out and I prune this little girl every other day. You see how big she is? That's a big girl. And I have been able to share, and you can still see I have flushes of red. So I have lots of tomatoes in my garden. In my freezer right now, because I'm gonna wait and gather all the tomatoes I have, and I'm gonna make different sauces. But I'm gonna wait until probably next month to do that, when this plant begins to die back, if it begins to die back. Until it decides to die back, I'm going to continue to use up freezer space freezing the tomatoes. But I've been able to share with my neighbor, my barber, my sister, and one of the seasoned seniors at my church. And I absolutely love that. That in itself, if you guys have been with me from the beginning, was something that I talked about. And then here we have the Purple Beauty. Eggplants are a great nutrient dense food. You can make so many different things out of them. The chickens are going to town. They're in there playing. But so those two amaranths are wins for me this season. Remember I showed you the super sweet? Let me show you a patio snacker. Let's sit these down. So this is a patio snacker. As you can see, I have it growing in a pot. It does have a few bad leaves on it, but that is simply due to splash up. I just bought some mini pine bark nuggets, and I'm going to add that to a few of my different items. And you can say that it's a little too late, but it's really not, because again, we will continue to have great temps in zone 8A until about late November. So everything will be just fine with that. But that is what you consider a determinate, or what is a determinate tomato, because it grows to a determined size. Big baby over there, she's just doing her thing. And then of course we have my kitchen garden that contains hostas. I do have a few long beans in here this year, and lots of mint. The mint did take over, and so we no longer have any lemon thyme or anything in there, but that's okay. I planted it in a different area so that I could have it, and I'll begin harvesting that later so that I can have some of those items nice and dried, and I do air dry my herbs to keep all the oils in. But I'll have that, I'll start pulling it next month. So over here is what I call a fail. So the reason why I call this a fail is simply because this area is where I decided that I was going to grow my watermelons and a few flowers for the Watermelon Wars 2026. You guys saw me. You came along with me when I planted Royal Golden. You came along with me when I planted the Charleston Gray. I planted about 7 plants in here. Plants that I started inside, 2 more that I started outside. Look at it. Look at it. The mistake that I made, and I don't want any of you to make, don't say you don't want an in-ground garden, but I should have immediately mulched with the pine bark nuggets, the mini pine bark nuggets. And because I did not, the grass took over. Now, do I have 3 amazingly beautiful watermelons in there? Absolutely, positively. And one that's going to be a great contender, of course, the Charleston Gray. But it's a mess in there. And as soon as it's time to pull those watermelons, I have the 16 candles mullein. I'm going to literally have to chop that down. I have the Paul Robeson here. It got knocked over by the wind, so I kind of just leaned it up there. And a lesson learned with this one, if I choose to grow it next spring, which I will, because it has some very, very beautiful tomatoes. And we all have learned the story of Mr. Paul Robeson from our beautiful aunt, Miss Linda from the New Orleans Gardener. So I will grow these. I have been having some issues with zippering, but again, it does not affect the flavor of the tomato. It just shows that this tomato was inadequately watered. So I did not water on a schedule, but I did not simply because it's in ground. My other items that are in the garden, they were watered differently. The in-ground items, they got watered sporadically with rain or when I came in the evening time with the water hose. We're going to come back to the mullein, the 16 candles. If you decide to grow this, this is what it grows into. So be prepared. Make sure you have the space to grow it. Okay. I'm bringing you in closer so you can see the disaster. But this is my Charleston Gray. Big and beautiful, and it's 2 Royal Goldens down there. And I probably could have had very much more, but because the grass took over, it took all the nutrients. Same situation here. I always grow lamb's ear here, lilies, and elephant ears. So in the back, I decided, well, there's still some space. Beans can be grown anywhere. I can squeeze beans in back there. Y'all know how we do. We got our mullein right here, our 16 candles. Weeds. Weeds competed. Now, what I am going to do later today, I have a hand tiller. It's going to be a lot of work, so I cannot do it right now because I'll get drained entirely too fast because it's so hot. I am going to hand till back here. I'm going to remove these 2 trellises, hand till that area back there, pull the weeds from the lamb's ear. I'm going to plant a large amount of bean plants right here once again because I still have time to get green beans. And I do have, I think, 3 bags of the mini pine bark nuggets right now on hand. So once I do that to this area, I will put the mini pine bark nuggets there today. So I cannot do it to this area simply because I don't have enough of the mini pine bark nuggets right now. So that is that. And this year I am going to dig up one of my hostas and I'm going to split them into 4 so that I can get more hostas. But guys, if you are in any of the zones from 7 on down, or 7 on up, excuse me, you can still be planting. This is a mushroom basket tomato. It hasn't put on any leaves as of yet, but that doesn't matter. I mean, flowers, but that doesn't matter because I still have time. I planted it late and it's gonna work. I have much more of the mini pumpkins growing. This is my Jamaican sorrel. It is just absolutely beautiful and big. I'm glad I used this space to grow it. And you guys came along with me when I decided to replant my North Georgia candy roaster because of the squash vine borer. So I planted that again and I still have time. Hey, chickies, what y'all doing in there? I still have plenty of time to get fruit from that. Again, that area where I was showing you that I was growing the watermelons, that is going to be my pumpkin area. So I'm excited about that. The video that I attempted to do for you guys the other day, I feel so terrible because I also was able for the first time to capture a hummingbird in the hummingbird feeder right there that I received. And in my bird feeder, there was a bird eating out of the bird feeder. So I'm a little sad that I lost that footage, but it's the same thing. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, but guys, I really just wanted to come on and inspire you all to just keep growing. We're gonna have some wins, we're gonna have some losses, but just keep growing. As long as you have seeds, and if you don't have seeds, just reach out to somebody in the community. We'll provide you with seeds. We're gonna keep growing. When I get done with this video, I'm going to drop some flat Dutch cabbage. I'm going to drop more collards because I want a lot of collards. I was able to get 4 to 5 bags of collards. That's the bird feeder. I was able to get 4 to 5 bags from the last bit of collards that I had before I had to pull it. I'm not putting any more collards out there until I get my covers. I bought some covers from Growing Out the Box. Y'all know that he is an absolute amazing gardener and he is my horticulturist brother. You know, me and him, we love the world of horticulture, and I love how he is able to express it on camera. So that is a blessing to us all. But I bought 2 covers from him that I'm going to use for my green stalks. So the next items, as you can see, I have deconstructed 2 of my green stalks. The next items that I am going to place in there will have the cover over them. I completely emptied out the bed that I had the brassicas in. The only thing that's left in this bed over here, as you can see, is that hibiscus flower. And so I'm going to add some more compost and stuff to the top. I'm going to pretty much top dress it, but anything that I put in there will not get placed in there until I can get the cover for this bed. This bed, I did have some okra in one of my green stalks. I started the okra in the green stalk. I took it out and now it's been placed in this bed. I'm going to plant some carrots in front of these carrots and then probably some rutabaga in the center. So I'll have the carrots, I'll have the eggplant, a line of rutabaga, and then a line of okra at the back. The okra will grow up so big that it will shade everything else, which is a good thing. Oh, guys, we have a hummingbird. Let's see if we can get it. Did it go to the hummingbird feeder? Nope, it zoomed off. But guys, that's always amazing to me to be able to see. Here are my strawberries, guys. I did get some of the little pins from Greenstock. They did not really produce any strawberries this season, but I know that they will next season or next spring. Fall, we know, is a time for different things. So like I said, guys, I've started more seeds already, but I still have a few more seeds that I want to get started. I've been using my fire pit as my seed starting table because I haven't been using it this summer. I've been using some of my other outdoor stuff. So I just covered it and using it as a table. But guys, I wanted to bring you along because it's been a while since I've been able to hang out with you guys. I want you all to know that I watch all of your lives. I watch all of your videos. Sometimes I have the time to comment. Sometimes I'm watching it on, well, majority of the time I'm watching it on TV. So I may not be able to comment at the time, but as always, get up, get out, and grow something and have faith in our food. The website is live right now. You can get your cashew, your peanut brittle, as well as your rose water and double strength vanilla. So if you are interested, go for it because the brittle sells out every day. So each batch that I make, I upload it, letting you know that there is stock available, and then when it's gone, it's gone. I upload more as it gets made. I ship out every Monday and every Wednesday. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'll see you the next time.